Summer haying season's underway for a large part of Oklahoma, and as we're cutting and putting hay into bales, let's remember the value of that product, because we never know, next winter it may become quite important to have as much hay as possible. As we're baling the hay in these large round bales, think about how we're going to store that hay in order to achieve the greatest percentage of the hay that we cut now is available for us to feed those cows next winter. University of Tennessee animal scientist Dr. Clyde Lane did a neat study several years ago and looked at different storage methods of large round bales that I think gives us some tips as to how we might want to go about storing the hay this summer. What he looked at was storing large round bales on the ground with no cover, kind of like these, and compared that then with different variations in order to do a better job of protecting the hay. As he made those comparisons, there was some shockingly large differences in the losses that accumulated in that hay during the course of the summer and the fall before he fed it again starting in January. And what he found was that if the hay was on the ground with no cover at all, then he lost 37% of the weight that he actually stored in the summertime. If the hay was on tires but had no cover, he lost 29%. If the hay was on the ground but with a cover, again the hay loss was 29%. But if he could put them on old tires and put a cover over top of those large round bales, he only lost 8%. And that compared quite favorably with if he put the hay in a barn that produced a hay loss or weight loss of only around 6%. So as we're storing that hay this summer, I'd really give some thought to doing something about putting that hay on some kind of a ground cover where we can get it up off the ground so that there's not moisture coming up underneath, and then putting some kind of a tarp, if possible, over those big round bales. A little added expense can save a lot in terms of hay loss this summer, this fall, and going into the winter. Hey, we look forward to visiting with you again next week on Sunup's Cow Calf Corner.